This is the TS-5, a Tier 8 American bunker of a premium tank destroyer, a pretty strong vehicle at that, which we will be doing a full down review on in today's video. It literally came into stores, I would say about 10 minutes ago, as I just logged on to World of Tanks Blitz, and we're going to be talking about the strengths, the weaknesses, the armor profile, and everything you do need to know about this tank if you're not even going to buy one, how to take one out, but if you did end up getting one, either by a really lucky crate drop chance, or you just bought it until you got those charms, I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know about the tank as soon as possible. So as always, if you enjoyed today's video, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, as I do try to keep you guys up to date and relevant with the newest and best information. Now, what do I have to say about the crates? I would say get the $5 bundle. Apart from that, no. Do not buy this bundle. Do not buy this bundle. Do not buy this. Okay, that bundle's actually fine, but I would not suggest to buy the $50 bundle. I've played 2 games in this tank, and I'm a little bit mixed on opinion, because the 2 games I've played were quite bad. In fact, they were only about 1,500 damage, compared to, like, let's say, my average tier 8 vehicle at heavies, or even a vehicle like the AT-15, I can average close to 3,000. This vehicle, I'm averaging about half of that. So why is that? Well, it's because it's very poorly designed. The lower plate is 200 millimeters thick, which is thick, you know, that's pretty good. But it also has this cupola on the roof, which means that even when you are trying to use that little bit of gun depression that it has at 5 degrees, they can shoot the cupola. So either way, you've got a pretty big weak spot. You don't have enough gun depression to work most ridge lines, because 5 degrees, as we know, that's quite poor. It's not going to work many ridge lines. So the armor's kind of meh, especially when you compare it to a vehicle like the T-28. Sure, it says it's a pen, but that is 240 millimeters of frontal armor. We are aiming at this, of course, with the TS-5. That frontal armor on the T-28 is much thicker, especially with that same 5 degrees gun depression, than the TS-5. Honestly, if you wanted the most armored vehicle, I would go for the T-28, which is free, over the TS-5, because you can see just how large that lower plate is. Now, I don't think the vehicle's bad, because it does have a great gun. It's got 3,000 base damage per minute. It's got .344 dispersion and 3.9 seconds aiming time. Yeah, that's not great. The aiming time accuracy, not fantastic. But what is that gun. 374 millimeters of heat penetration. We'll literally butter through anything. Armor, what even is it? Hori, boom. You make a Hori look bad with this tank. So, yeah, the TS-5 has a great gun on that aspect of the penetration. What it doesn't have greatness of is mobility, going 26 kilometers per hour, 31 degrees in traverse, so, like, it's not super slow. It could be slower, could go 20, or even like a T-95, but it also doesn't have as much armor as a vehicle like the T-28, which is a bit slower. So you're sacrificing a bit of mobility on the T-28 to gain armor, where this tank, you're sacrificing that armor to gain a bit of mobility. I don't know what to say about this tank, because I've only played 2 games in it, and in those 2 games, I really didn't think that it was that enjoyable or special, but it's only been 2 games, so I could just end up loving this tank in the next 2, so let's see how we can do here. Now, I think the camo looks pretty nice, especially because the 4th of July just hit. As I did speculate, this tank was going to drop around the 4th, and you'll never guess what happened. But it did. Wow. But we're going to see what we can do here. Thankfully, it's just the Tiger P that's not sticking with the team, so not going to make a huge difference. Now, you can see the on-movement dispersion on this vehicle is not great. I remember going over the stats on that, and yeah, it bad. On-movement dispersion is a big issue. But it's not going to be terrible, because I kind of find this thing like a medium-range tank destroyer. You shouldn't be right in the front line, because trust me, every time I've ran this thing in the front line, even against tier 7 heavies, it just bleeds very quickly. That hatch on the roof is quite a big one at that. And not only is the hatch on the roof quite big, but as well, it's got big weak spots. Now, that Bison on the enemy team is going to be a very deadly vehicle, especially because every single player on this team decided to all go to the one spot I'm sitting at, which means, yeah, tough luck. But let's try and get a blind shell into that TS-5, maybe, just maybe. The great thing is, since we do have a pretty high amount of DPM, I don't have to worry too much about the reload here, but I do have to worry about my team, because they're not doing great. In fact, they're just bleeding. I can't fight that TS-5. He's just in a bush, and because of that, I physically can't outspot him. So I'm just in a major disadvantage there. The Canon and Jagdpanzer on my team is physically just bleeding and bleeding and bleeding, but we do got the Panther. Oh my god. 271 heat pen bouncing off. that. Like, really? What even is this? Okay, let's try again. Maybe we can get a pen into the Panther this time. Oh, baby, that's some fantastic gun going for it. We did get a bounce, though. Thank you, game. And with that, now maybe we can get a pen. Oh, yeah, look at that. We did get a pen, but we also got penned ourselves. As I did say, this tank is quite easy to penetrate if you do know where to pen it. Thankfully, I am hiding that lower plate. Barely, but I am. That gun depression is just enough to work it. So, yeah, we should be able to get one more tap into you. Oh my god, this gun is truly atrocious. I'm going to be honest. Oh my, I'm not enjoying this gun all too much, if I'm going to be honest, guys. But, yeah, let's push on up. We've got the IS now off to the side. Maybe we can get a shot into the Kunze-Panzer. Come on, go, 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 go. This tank is so slow. Why is it so slow? Come on. Speed. Okay, here we go. We got the Kunze-Panzer right here. There's a nice tap into the side of you. And with that, let's just give him a little bit of a love tap. Let's put on our adrenaline, and he tracked me. But that's all fine, because, of course, I've got a repair kit. The Kanonen is going in for the IS. And with that, this isn't a bad game. But you can see it does have big weaknesses. Like that gun, oh my god. Dude, are you like brain dead or something? Why are you driving directly into me? Oh my god. This tank's not fast, obviously. It is not a fast tank. So when your teammates drive into you, yeah, not very, very fun. So I'm going to push on up. That KV-4 is basically full hit points. And we've also got the ISU over here. Now, I'm going to say that this ISU does not know my armor profile. Oh, he did. He just missed. Ooh, that was quite nerve-wracking. So that, yeah, we're not doing bad here. Again, that TS-5 off to the side over here. He's probably not going to enjoy my company all too much. But at the same time, yeah, what the absolute heck was that? That was some of the most stupid crap I've ever seen in this game, Wargaming. I don't even know what to say about that. Possibly the dumbest thing I've ever seen just happen then. Let's see. That ISU, he's not looking at me currently, and I hope he proceeds to not look at me. ISU, please don't kill him. Oh, God. Well, at least I can finish this guy off. Then we can start dealing with the TS-5. I'm going to hope that we can maybe yeet onto his tank here. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, God. That was a big mistake. But, yeah, at least this shows a good representation of the armor. And look at that. We penned him. So, yeah, what do I have to say about the armor? It's not great. It really isn't. You'd think that this vehicle has really, really good armor, but I really don't think so. After playing it, like, you can clearly see that TS-5 penned me. I don't even know how he penned that, by the way. That was possibly the dumbest shot I've ever seen. But, yeah, it's interesting. I don't think it's a bad tank, but I don't think it's good. So, what I would say for the first game is that it's balanced. And I give Wargaming credit. They didn't even test this tank, and they made it pretty balanced. So I'll give them credit. It's not bad, but it also doesn't seem anything spectacular. That's about 2,200 damage. And I'm going to be honest, if I was in an A215, I probably could have done a heck of a lot more, because it's way more accurate. And the gun just doesn't have that derpiness. We could have done way more damage and been way more effective this battle if the gun hadn't missed that Panther 2 and done stupid things to his tank, when it could have just normally acted like a vehicle that hits its shots. But I do like the look of this tank. I really do. It looks like a bunker, which looks pretty cool. So here we go. We got the base B. I'm going to be going straight towards it. I do like that mobility, though. Thankfully, like, you're like, it's slow. But it's not super slow. I'm used to vehicles like the AT-15 and, you know, vehicles like the Turtle, which go 20. This tank at least goes 26. So it has enough mobility to at least get somewhere, you know, decently quick, where you're not going to be doing that in a tank like the Turtle. Now, we do have somebody in base A, and I have no clue what would be going there, but it's got to be something quick, so most likely a Bulldog, because we don't see him yet. So, yeah, let's go over here, and let's start capping this base. Now, I do just have enough gun depression, again, to work this. We do have that SU over there. I think he's actually stock, but I've still got to be careful here. I really don't know what this game is, if I'm going to be completely honest, but let's go for that ISU. Boom! Nice shot right into his vehicle. And again, this is just a terrible situation for the tank. We do have the T-29 off to the side, though, and let's get a nice tap right into the T-29. But I have a feeling that this T-34 is just going to poke this and pen me. I'm hoping that he doesn't. Thankfully, he shot my teammate. Oh my god, though. God, is this gun so irritating. This is what I hate about these tanks, is those guns. They're so bad on dispersion, and the traverse speed is so bad. Oh my god. Yeah, I gotta be honest, guys. I'm really not liking this tank. I expected the armor. No, I'm just gonna die. This is probably it. I'm dead here. Oh, thank God I'm not dead. But I expected the armor to be good. And the fact that it can barely even, like, live, that armor is just awful. Okay, so let's see here. We got that T-34 clearly raging straight towards me. Let's see if we can get a pen into him. And, oh, baby, we're not dead yet. Still going. Thankfully, this tank has good DPM. And even though that guy was a bit of a jerk for tunneling me, we're not doing too bad. Let's see. Is this T-50 Shore Shark? Oh, no! I killed the shark. To be fair, I did kill the shark. But what do I have to say about this tank? Yeah, you saw it there. That's what I have to say about it. It's so unflexible because of that massive lower plate. I really don't know what... In fact, those shells weren't even penning my lower plate. On my screen, it looks like they're going straight through... Let's see. Straight through about here, which doesn't make sense because that's really not possible unless you've got 270 pen. So how am I getting penned there? What? Well, that's the TS-5 for you. I actually had very high expectations for the tank. I was very excited for it, but after playing it, it's nothing special. It's nothing exciting. And I'm going to be honest, I probably would have done better in the T-28, the tech tree American kind of crappy TD, than this tank in those two games. So, as I said, I don't think it's bad, but just how unflexible it is does not make it good. I think it's an average tank, and I commend Wargaming for making it average. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, but hopefully I shed my opinion well. If you agree with me or disagree, please let me know in the comments down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.